Alright, got the car all loaded up. Let's go to a war. What's good, everybody? My name is Valor, and I'm here today with Boomstick Mods. And he decided to come and hang out with the Raleigh Club and come play with us for today's war, a month before the Nerf for Autism event. And today we're going to be taking a look at the Swift Railgun. It's sort of a build overview and also kind of featuring a part from T238.
I'm not sure if you guys can tell, like, this thing is
It just
long.
keeps going. But yeah, this is a full-on, ode to the Swift as a blaster. Because once I saw all these different parts, and especially after I saw this whole railgun front, I knew I had to build this setup because it just looks amazing. And given this thing hits over 300 FPS at this point with the full-length barrel and the strongest spring, yeah, it really deserves to be built out like this.
Oh no! Now, what you have all going on in the front? A lot of fancy bits up there, I was noticing.
This is the Swift Railgun front cover made for the Swift, made up with either a freely printable version of the top cover for the Swift here, but right now I'm using the AK Blaster Mods top front cover here. And one of the nice things about this is that it's made specifically to fit over the T238 tracer bearing skull. So if you're using the included glow tip darts and you use it at night, you'll be able to actually see your darts flying through the air and actually track and see whenever they actually hit somebody. Now, have you ever played any night games?
I've played exactly one night game.
Well, HVZ. Have you ever played any night games for HVZ?
HVZ,
Something like this would be perfect for that because I've always seen a lot of people use Raven mags when they're playing HVZ. Like, it's a common sight. Even though they're more bulky, it is more worth it to see your darts and actually, be able to call hits if a zombie doesn't feel it or something.
Absolutely.
This moves the lights from in the magwell, which you can actually get a worker kit to do just that, but it's a bit bulky and it has a big battery box that sits on top, and that can kind of kill the look. This is built into the muzzle device, which, now there is also a T238 tracer unit that does not have a scar barrel, and that is more suited for flywheels, but this one is made for high FPS springers because it uses a much longer set of bearings, which are just very gently touching the dart to give it enough spin. And this thing is multifunction. It has multiple different color modes. You can have it set to go through a rainbow mode, you can have it set to go through each different color, or you can just turn off the rainbow LEDs and you can actually just have the UV LEDs in the center. Whenever a dart passes through the scar, it will actually flash those UV LEDs in the middle as well as your muzzle flash LEDs, or you can completely turn it off if you just want to use it as a traditional bearing scar. And that function is very handy for, like I said, for night games. While this whole setup does make it more front heavy, especially with the extra printed barrel and everything on here,
Yes.
I do feel it is worth it for the function and the look. Considering this isn't something you typically run around if you're using the longest barrel, you want something to be nice and heavy and everything nice and steady, because if something's too light, you're in swaying a bit more than usual. Though there is something to be said about having a heavy front barrel, so you will kind of droop a little bit with your front arm after a long, which I do find that is a thing. But having something like the vertical foregrip, which this is the AK Blaster Mods upgrade pump grip for this blaster, you can have a vertical grip and then also have something like the Stampede pop-out bipod, and that will really help if you're sort of in a stationary position. Not particularly great for running around, but yeah.
Well, especially if you have fields where you got like towers and whatnot, and you just prop up on a tower.
Or like hard cover, like say pallets.
Yeah.
I see a lot of fields using pallets and just barrels.
Yeah.
So something like that would be perfect for this. So you can easily be propped up back there, and considering this thing hits, like 300 FPS, you're not going to be, in range of lots of people running something lower FPS.
Yeah. And on top of everything else, it just looks fantastic.
Yes, like printed black and white, it does have that perfect Stormtrooper look.
Yeah.
I was thinking about going a little bit more colorful with it, but the black and white just kind of sung to me because I don't usually go with this sort of color scheme.
Yeah. Very Stormtrooper sniper-esque.
Which is kind of an oxymoron when you think about it.
True.
But there is that theory that they are intentionally missing.
There is that theory, but you make up for it by not having a sight on it.
Yeah. And on top, I am using the metal AK Blaster Mod's top rail, just so it's more full length and it's also much more sturdy. You don't have to worry about plastic getting kind of worn down or anything. And also it just kind of adds to the heft of the blaster, making it feel a little more solid and premium.
Yeah, that's got a good feel to it.
I also did include the upgraded trigger because the stock trigger is not great, and the upgraded worker trigger is just a metal version of the stock trigger, which is very thin and very sharp.
Yeah, this is nice and smooth and beefy.
Yes. And, on top of the fact that you can easily swap out the springs as you please, it's just amazing.
Yeah. And like the Prime is really not bad.
Yeah.
For considering what you're getting.
I am using the stronger spring on this, but it's still quite smooth, especially with the extra hand stop on that pump grip.
Yeah. I can definitely see your front arm. You're getting a little tired from having to hold this up. But like you said, if you're propping it up on something, that would make it a lot easier just kind of rapid fire through shots on it. And the Prime is also pretty smooth on it, which is nice.
Yeah. Like, I would wager if I did have the blaster painted, that extra thickness would kind of gum it up a little bit, so you would have to, maybe add some beeswax or Teflon spray, something to help reduce the friction. Or I've seen some people use the soft side of Velcro.
Oh, okay.
To help protect the paint and everything, so that can still wear over time.
Yeah.
You might actually want to pair that up with some sort of dry grease or something.
Yeah, I can see that helping out a lot.
I have been having issues with the catch, however.
Really?
Not the catch, the safety. Like that safety is very loose in the slot, and it does tend to easily.
Oh yeah,
see what I mean?
That's
like if I prop it against my body, it will kind of push it out a bit, and then I won't be able to pull the trigger. So I think I will swap out that safety completely, and maybe just add a filler over it or something.
Well, it doesn't catch or anything. It just kind of slides around.
Yeah, if it had some sort of detent built in, like even just a plastic spring detent. Another thing I want to add is a cheek rest, because the Swift has a very sharp built-in cheek rest. Like, it's fine, but having something a little bit softer, something more rounded, would be a whole lot better. I'm thinking maybe some TPU that I could easily just glue on or screw into the blaster just using some heat sets or something.
Because my cheek could be just a little bit higher too, just to be more here and just pull.
Though if you are going for the longer range shots, you will want to have a riser on your thing anyway, so you probably won't be putting your cheek up against the built-in.
Also true.
And then again, having the ability to extend the stock, because not everyone is going to be the same height. Which Ed Scar's trick for finding out the perfect height for stock is if you hold the blaster at a right angle and it touches your bicep, that's pretty much the perfect length. Okay. And I would agree.
Yeah.
Give it a try on that one. See how it. Yeah,
it's
you and I are about the same. Same size.
That works beautifully. Yeah. That's exactly perfect of where I need to
There's something to be said about making sure your ergonomics on a blaster are as good as the looks, because it's fine if a blaster looks okay, but if it doesn't shoot well or is terrible to use, you're not going to want to use it. So the Swift was already a great blaster to begin with, but just adding all of these extra little pieces here. Yeah. Which the only thing I don't have in here now is the metal dart gate, which I have the upgraded plastic one they came with. So I don't feel that is too much of a detractor because it's held up just fine up till now. So but for what it is and how it built out and everything, this is definitely a very nice blaster as it is.
Oh, absolutely. Like I said,
I kind of want to put the fade barrel in here. I don't think there's a 550 fade.
Oh, is there not?
I don't know. I'd have to check Silver Fox. Which,
that would be cool.
If you're looking for really nice Kiriaka barrels, Silver Fox Industry sells them.
Absolutely.
This is just the worker kit that comes with the upgrade spring, which I kind of wanted to try this barrel with a turf spring now. I have one for the Nexus. I'm not sure if it's wide enough for the plunger rod though. But there is a Delrin plunger rod you can get that's wider than the stock one. That might have a slightly narrower rod, so I'll have to try that.
Yeah, like this is definitely like an amazing blaster. Like, only like issue being the front heaviness of it, but like
it's
if you don't
you
mind
can
that,
live with. Like,
yeah, exactly. It was just how cool it looks and how functional it is as well.
If you're someone who, like me, who actually ran a a Chimera with a 20 kg turf long shot spring, and that was a full length Chimera as well.
Oh, there was a full length Chimera.
Yeah.
Oh my word, I only had
I ran that
length.
thing with a 20.
Oh my word. Yeah. No, that makes sense. That makes sense.
If you're able to prime heavy springs really easily, then having a longer, heavier barrel isn't the end of the world. I will end up having to paint this front cap of the Tracer Scar because it is just solid silver.
Yep.
But that's very easy to do because you can unscrew the cap, and that's actually how you charge the thing. Because there's a micro USB on the front cap.
Oh, that makes it so much easier.
It's a little bit hard right now because I'm kind of having to. There you go.
We got it?
Yeah. I'll just put a little cut in or something of me.
That's good.
And that is one thing about this whole barrel system is it is in sections, so you can take it off if you really need to.
Yeah.
Though I have mine turned, so you can actually access the the button on the side of the bearing scar.
Which is nice that we don't have to deal with like messing around with trying to take it off and mess with things.
I've seen some people think to take off the front of this thing just to turn it on, but if you just have this thing turned just right, you can access that button just fine. It is a bit weird because you don't push it in, you actually push it forward. Yeah. But it's easy enough to just get your thumbnail in there and turn it on.
Yeah.
Whoop. It's turning.
Speaking of turning.
Yeah.
Now, do these pieces, are they just friction fit in?
Yeah,
or
they're kind of slipped over each other. There is one section of these is clipped together.
Oh, okay.
I think it's these two front pieces here.
Gotcha.
These two front pieces actually have little tabs to clip them together just to make sure it stays nice and secure.
Right.
All right, 3 minutes. Get loaded up. 3 minutes. Juggernaut.
And that's our that's our call because we're gonna start playing the Juggernaut round.
It's gonna be fun.
Thank you for being with me.
Always.
Boomstick.
I'll be back next month for Nerf for Autism too. So.
And Walcom should be coming. Maybe Jose. Also, maybe Fritz.
Sweet.
He has said that he may or may not.
Okay. Well,
but if you are, if you're going to be in the Raleigh area for the weekend of the 22nd or 23rd, we have those 2 days booked in case it rains on one of those days. We're going to be at Dorothea Dix Park. We're going to be, Nerfing for autism. We'll have some blasters for auction, for sale, and stuff to support the cause. Yep.
All right, everybody, get loaded up.
As ever, my name is Valor.
I'm Boomstick.
Thanks for watching.
I'm out.
Again, I wanted to thank Boomstick for coming out and playing with the Raleigh Club and everything. I know that it's a bit of a trek to come all the way down from Maryland and stuff. And also, big thanks to T238 for providing the Tracer bearing scar unit. And I'll have a link down below to T238's site as well as Monkey Mods now. They are also selling the bearing scar unit. Oh, and by the way, if you are interested in this blaster, it is for sale. Just message me over on the Facebook page or over on my Instagram, whatever, both linked down below. And again, I know I've not been uploading that much in this past month or anything, but I, again, wanted to thank my patrons a hell of a lot, because without their support, it makes it a whole lot harder to keep this channel going. But yeah, I just wanted to get that off my chest. As ever, my name is Valor. Thanks for watching.